Hi guys, so it's a new series right now. It's me and my whiteboard, and the whole point of it is this. So I'm going to go through certain topics which I've learned from being a coach. So today's topic is, I'll show you. Oh, hello. What makes winners, okay? So I've got four particular characteristics here which determine winners, and I'm going to go through each of them. So how I've actually been able to determine this is quite simple. I've coached like over 40 people now, and they all win at different rates. So the question is, so what typically happens when you join a coaching program is you want to win and you want to win quick. So what I'm going to go through is the most common traits in the quickest winners and the best winners, if that makes sense. So it's 4 steps: flexibility, how determined they are, how curious they are, and how accountable they hold themselves. Those 4 factors are basically crucial. If you have all those in place, you will win, and you'll win very, very quickly. If you don't have them in place straight away, and then you're obviously developing them, as you develop them, the rate that you develop them so the rate that you develop them will also be the rate that you win. So if you don't have them at all, you're gonna very much struggle to win, if that makes sense. So let me just break them down. Flexibility. So what I teach is Airbnb, how to invest in Airbnbs, right? And that means that you typically pick a particular postcode and you start inquiring, right? So you start speaking to landlords in, let's say, the M8 Manchester postcode, right? What people will then find as they're going through it is, yeah, these landlords are great. Some of them, I'm getting a lot of conversations, getting a lot of viewings, and I'm getting a lot of a lot of opportunity. Or on the flip side, they find the opposite. They're speaking to a lot of landlords, and a lot of them are saying no. Now, that can lead to you thinking 2 things. Number one, it could lead to you thinking, oh my God, M8 is horrendous. This property, M8 is bad, and I need to move postcode, which is somewhat, I guess, incorrect. But there's also another way that people think, where they'll be like, oh, speaking to landlords doesn't work because these M8 landlords have said no to me. So the best people tend to frame it as M8 isn't giving me the results that I want quick enough, and I need to basically expand. So what they'll tend to do is this. Let me clip the microphone on. Yeah, so as I was saying, flexibility. Now, let's say they've been investing in M8 in Manchester and it's not producing good results. Some people would just quit and say, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. As you can imagine, that's not a winner. So the best way you can figure out how to be a winner is basically to look at what the people who don't win are doing and do the opposite. So saying this doesn't work is horrendous. This is the worst way to do it. What you should understand is that M8 isn't producing your best results. Right now, I need to expand. M1, M40, M5. If you start to expand across more different postcodes, what you'll find is there's way more opportunity, and you can still invest it or look at M8. But it's not about being fixated on one particular postcode or one particular path. So I'm only speaking about some property, but this can be extrapolated to anything, right? So let's say you wanted to, you know what, you want to do a property business, but you only ever want to message landlords. You don't ever want to call them. You don't ever want to make content. That means that you're not flexible. That's what that means. Because or a coach will usually tell you, a good coach anyway, will tell you that content can change your life. Content creates a lot more opportunities. It's literally just a sitting evergreen asset which allows you to then bring in opportunities. But if you're not flexible enough to be happy to make content, then it will restrict you from being a winner, if that makes sense. All right, next one. Our winners are very, very determined. So they know what they want. They hire me because they want to get what they want quicker. And they remember that before they buy and after they buy. So this is really important, okay? So they know what they want. They know what they want. This is very, very important. If you know what you want, you're super determined to get it. What it means is when things like this happen, such as M8 not working out, you know what you want, you're determined to get it, you realize it's just a little roadblock, right? So this is them traveling along. Then they get like a little roadblock, they just move around it and they keep going. They do not care. Like obstacles, hurdles, these sort of things, they're not problems for them. They understand that it comes with a journey, and because they're so determined, they won't use excuses such as this doesn't work. They just keep going, okay? So being determined is huge, and my best winners, such as people who have picked up, 2 properties in 2 months and stuff like that, or even like a property in 2 weeks, which I've had, They don't make excuses. They don't let these hurdles stop them. Some people, they'll be going this way, they hit a hurdle and bang, stopped. That's it. It doesn't work. That's wrong. This is not the best way to go. And if you want to win, just look at it. This is wrong, so do the opposite, right? The best way to think about how to win is think about how to lose and then just do the opposite. Now, our winners are also really, really curious. What does that mean? They are always asking questions. So not necessarily why over and over again, but they are always asking us questions. The way that I operate is one-to-one support. And because I operate in one-to-one support, we are open to basically 24/7 support from Monday to Saturday. Our best, most frequent winners have the most frequent contact with us. And this is across the board. This isn't just one or two. This is all of our best winners have the best contact with us. So this is exactly what makes them winners. They are consistently informed, and when they're asking us questions, they're actually getting answers about their specific problems, which means that they're leveraging our knowledge and our experience best, right? So this is a very big trait. Again, let's do the flip side. Who is most likely not to win? Someone that asks no questions. If you ask no questions, chances are you're not going to win, because you're just, obviously what we provide is quite simple. We provide pictures, sorry, not pictures, we provide videos, which are like the A to Z, but they tend to be FAQ based. So we can't make the videos tailored to each person, of course. We have to make a blanket set of videos, and then we give you the extra support because we know that extra questions come on the back of videos, right? Or when you take action anyway. If you ask no questions and you just try to figure it all out yourself, this will tend to be a problem. It can work, of course. I'm not saying you can't figure it out yourself, but if I've already got the experience, you should leverage that by asking questions. So our most successful people ask questions. Lastly, accountability. Yes, I'm a coach, so of course I hold people accountable. But what we find is our best, most successful people are super accountable for themselves. And what I mean is, they don't say things like this doesn't work, this area doesn't work, this method doesn't work, this business doesn't work. They don't say things like that. If you think like that, then what you're doing is just shifting the blame. You're saying the business is the problem. But the reality is, anything that you try, if it doesn't work the way that you wanted it to, it's not the method that is wrong. It's not the method. It's the way that you did it. It's the application that's usually wrong. It's the application that's usually wrong. Speaking to landlords, of course that works. Every single person has ever convinced a landlord to take their property has spoken to them, right? So of course it works. You just probably didn't apply it right. You probably just didn't do the right thing at the right time, which is why it didn't work. It doesn't mean the method is wrong. It means the application is wrong, and that's what needs to be fixed. People who are accountable realize that you can only focus on this. If you focus on the outputs, you ain't gonna go very far. That's the problem. If you focus on the inputs, however, this is when everything changes. Inputs influence the outputs, and inputs are what you can change. And this is what you should focus on. Our best students focus on the inputs. They think about what they're doing. They think about what areas they're looking at. They think about what they're doing to overcome the hurdles. They think about the questions they're asking, and they think about staying accountable. This is exactly what makes winners. And if you too want to know if you're a winner, or want to know what you're doing which can make you more of a winner, think about these 4 factors and then let me know how it goes.